Welcome back to the channel. So this time we're having a little bit of a quick review at the HG Micro Punch set that's just been released by Master Tools, which is pretty much Trumpeter's brand of tools. So you get a nice hard plastic case, but unfortunately it was taped up with a rather unusual tape, and on removing it I've got a bit of sticky residue. Not the end of the world, but it is something I now have to clean off. So just a bit of cheap tape, really. That's the issue there. So when we open it up, you've got all of your punches around the outside of the hard plastic carry case, and we've got a handle in the middle as well. It has been oiled, and the handle is a little bit oily, even though it's like a plastic. It's meant to be like a fake wood finish. So a little bit of oil residue on there, but no problem really. It is quite cheap looking, and it is what it is really. This is a cheap punch set, and the punches are fine. The rest of it is a little bit cheap. As you can see around the outside, you've got your numbers, and it's 0 up to 22, so that gives you your 23 punches, and we've got one spare hole, so don't think you're missing something. That's all quite right. As you can see, I mean, it is what it is. It does what it's meant to. It is a punch set, but it is a little bit on the cheap and tacky side. You know, it's made in China, and it's got that sort of feel to it. So first off, one of the sort of main issues on this is when you put the punch in, I automatically realised it looked like it was just falling straight back out. And on closer inspection, it doesn't actually fall out. If you shake it and shake it, it doesn't fall out, but it does slip. It's quite a lot of movement, and it's barely holding in there. It's not a very good, a good sit inside. As you can see there, playing around with it, but nonetheless, plough on. So I've got a bit of plastic card here to test with, so we're going to put some punch some holes or circles into this. Now this is not the same as a punch and die set. This is for pushing recessed circles into a flat surface. This isn't a punch and die set. You wouldn't hit this with a hammer really and punch out a hole. It says that you can buy a hammer and use it like that, but I wouldn't suggest it. It's not that sort of thing. So we're not trying to go right through the card and be left with tiny little rivets that we can stick on. This is for creating recessed rivets or screw heads, that type of thing. Fasteners you could do as well. I'm trying to sort of do those here. We've got a large circle, and then I put a smaller circle inside. So you can see some of the impressions I've made there, some of the circles that we've got. And just now doing a few more. Varying the pressure here just to see the sort of finish that we get. And it's pretty good. This is soft plastic, being plasticard. My main issue at the minute has been this needle, just the pin moving every time I go to press it. It's not, I kind of lift the handle and it slips, and then it's very hard to place it. And then when I actually looked, I'm trying here to unscrew it to see if you can like tighten it up, but when I actually looked at the box, they suggest holding it like this, so having it in the palm of your hand and your thumb and forefinger actually holding the metal punch, and then that gives you more control and stops the slipping, and it's easier to then place it where you want it. I did find that works quite well. Whether or not that's what you're meant to do with the more expensive versions, I'm not too sure, but it does work for this. So now holding it like that with a bit more placement, I'm able now to actually pick where I want it to go and then put that circle inside. And this is what I was mentioning here, trying to make these sort of fasteners like you find around the front of Hurricanes and Spitfires, that sort of thing. It looks okay. It looks a bit kind of done by hand, I must admit. So to get the precision, you need to try a bit and practice with it, as with all tools. But as a first attempt, it's pretty good. For doing a circle within a circle, I'm probably asking a lot of myself there, but for actually just doing your circles as you go through, you've got varying sizes, and it does seem to look like it works quite well. You know, they are nice, precise circles, so I'm happy enough with that. The sort of way you'd use this is maybe on armour, that sort of thing, when you get the recessed large kind of screws and rivets. Also around, as I said, like fasteners around British aircraft, that sort of thing. So it is a useful tool to have. I picked this up for about £18. It does seem to be anywhere between 18 to kind of £22 in the UK. It is a specific thing, so unless you're going to be pressing recessed circles into model kits, I wouldn't have thought there'd be much call for it elsewhere. And certainly if you like your tools and you like your precision tools, this probably isn't for you, because it does have that kind of cheap and tacky feel to it. But from my point of view, cheaping out and trying to save money here and there and adding to the tools that I've got, it does work very well, and I'm very happy with it. And you can see there on the side of the box showing you how it how you can use it and what it gives you, which is that recessed domed kind of rivet. So all in all, pretty good, pretty much what I expected. So that brings this review to an end. Thanks for tuning in, stay tuned, and there'll be more videos along shortly.